What's going on, Guardian Gamers? It's Deeds, and today we're reviewing the Hawksaw. I mean, Last Perdition. We're reviewing the Last Perdition. All right, a couple days ago, Banshee was selling this Last Perdition Pulse Rifle. It's a 390 Pulse Rifle, and the thing has a monster perk package. It's an absolute unit of a gun.
Absolute unit.
And we're just gonna review it for a little bit. I'm gonna talk about it. Took it into the Crucible for a few hours, almost 200 kills. This thing shreds for sure. This thing definitely shreds. Let's go over the perks. So this uses sights. It does not use barrels, which is pretty cool. It's very interesting. Some weapons use sights, some weapons use barrels. The first sight is the slow 21 post. This is a very good sight. It's a +3 range, +12 to handling. There's no additional zoom value that it adds. The second scope is the SPO 57 front. This gives a massive +15 to range, -5 to handling, and a massive +4 to zoom. Right. So with your slow 21 post sight, you're going to be hitting around 36 meters before damage fall off. And then with the SPO 57 front, that'll extend your range out to about 46, 47 meters, right? This thing maps for sure. In the magazine perks, we have accurized rounds and steady rounds. I prefer accurized rounds. Steady rounds are really good. This thing has pretty decent stability already. I don't believe you're going to need steady rounds. And then we have Rangefinder. Right now, currently, S tier perk gives you an extra zoom value, increased aim assist, and damage fall off. There are plans to nerf Rangefinder, but I feel like this is a pulse rifle. Pulse rifles don't necessarily depend on Rangefinder, right? It's not going to make or break the pulse rifle. It is a plus. It is still going to give you increased accuracy, increased stability, bump out that damage fall off, but I believe they are taking away the +1 zoom factor. And then what makes this gun an absolute unit is Headseeker.
Absolute unit.
Headseeker. Body shots landed with this weapon increase precision damage and aim assist for a short time. Body shots landed while the perk is active refresh the time. Also, we have a range masterwork. I threw in quick access sling for extra handling. One thing I do want to talk about, it has a magazine of 39. This is a huge 39 ammo capacity.
This is huge, bro.
This is going to keep you engaged in multiple targets, multiple gunfights. This thing consistently 3 bursts. So with a full magazine, that'll grant you 4 kills. That's 4 3 bursts. This is great for 6s. Keeps you in the fight, keeps you engaged, keeps you roaming, keeps you getting from target to target. Phenomenal magazine size. It's massive magazine size.
I always call it massive.
I mean, this thing has the full package. It's fully loaded with great perks, great scopes. It feels like the Hawksaw from D1. If you remember the Hawksaw, if you remember pulse rifles, there was something about D1 pulse rifles that were very good. I haven't grown to like pulse rifles a lot in Destiny 2. They're always kind of in a weird spot where, like, they're long enough to almost engage with scout rifles, but then, you know, the range is kind of short enough to almost engage with hand cannons. There was never really anything about pulse rifles that I really liked in Destiny 2, but using this, it feels like a D1 pulse rifle. Is consistent, 3 bursts. It's very forgiving. Has pretty decent handling, has pretty decent stability, pretty slow reload speed at 42. You're definitely going to want to use a reloader perk. You're definitely going to want to use a dexterity perk to make this a little more snappy, a little more quick. Strange thing, it has a recoil direction of 63, which is a very strange number. Also, if you throw a counterbalance mod, we'll bring that recoil direction up to 78. Now, with that said, it has a very manageable recoil direction, both on mouse and keyboard and controller. It feels great on both. I tried them out on both. I don't think you're going to need a counterbalance mod. All right, it has a recoil direction of 63. The recoil is very manageable. It doesn't have any weird bumping, any weird, jolting, or any weird jarring effects when you're firing the weapon. Very easy, very clean, very consistent. I like the slow 21 post scope. This is my go-to. It's very clean, higher handling. It's more snappy. I value handling a lot when it comes to weapons, and anytime I can boost that handling, I always try to bump it up as much as possible. Last Perdition, it's an all-around great weapon. Very easy to use, very versatile. It's a void, so it benefits from volatile rounds. You pick up an orb, and you're going to be shredding easy, right? Salta Greppo says, game too easy, right? You pick up an orb, volatile rounds, game too easy. It can be used on any map, right? Because it has both the slow 21 post and the SPO 57 front scopes. So if you want to use it on a smaller map, like Endless Vale, Javelin 4, Burnout, completely viable. But also if you want to use it on larger maps, right? You want to switch to SPO 57, right? If you're on Eternity, if you're on Bannerfall, if you're on Disjunction, larger maps like that. Altar of Flame, very versatile. It's an adapted frame. I mean, it's pretty well spoken for, well-rounded grip, reliable and sturdy. If I could say anything about this gun, definitely reliable, right? You can take it to any map, any game mode, any game type, use it with any subclass. Very reliable, very well-rounded, for sure. The great thing is that, being a legendary weapon, it can be paired with many other great weapons in the kinetic slot, the kinetic stasis strand slot. If you like shotgunning, there are plenty of shotguns that you can use. You have the craftable Ragnhild, you have the craftable Imperial Decree. If you have the God Roll Fractithist, you can use it with the God Roll Fractithist. Conditional Finality, one of my favorite shotguns. Chaperone, another one of my favorite shotguns. If you like sniper rifles, right, pair it with the sniper rifle. You have Defiance of Yasmin, or an Eye of Soul, or maybe a Succession. You can pair it with the Wither Horde if you like Wither Horde, or if you want a double primary. There's great primaries in that slot. Traveler's Chosen, the Buzzard. If you just got an Adept Buzzard, you can pair it with the Buzzard, a Multi-Mock, and an Immortal. There's no downside to this weapon, right? It's very, very high ease of use, very forgiving weapon. And also, you're not locked into any kind of exotic if you want to use this gun. If you want to go full dad, you can pair it with the One-Eyed Mask, or if you want to pair something speedy like a Dune Marchers, or a Stompies or a T-Steps. There's no limit, right? There's really no restriction using this gun. You have your build that you like, you slap it on, and you start shredding, right? There's no fine print. It's just all around a great weapon. If you pick this up from Banshee, use it, try it out, you'll love it. If you're if you're pulse rifle enthusiast, you hit gold, right? This is a priceless weapon. If you didn't get it, feel bad for you, son. Right? I don't know, tell you, you missed out on a real banger, right? Missed out on a real banger. Banshee's been hot. Banshee's been coming in hot with some of these weapons this season. I'm very excited to see that Banshee is actually selling God rolls every now and then. Like I said, it brings me back to that D1 nostalgia, right? You're waiting for a God roll at the gunsmith, and you finally get one, right? And you mess around with it, and you love it. It's great, And it just feels very nostalgic, right? There's nothing better, right? Destiny players love that, right? They always, they always reflect back, on D1, going back to our roots, going back to, to what we loved, 9-10 years ago. I missed that, I really did miss that. And Banshee has been selling some bangers recently, and we had that the Cantata a couple weeks ago. Now we have the Last Perdition. I'm really looking forward to season 21. Hopefully Banshee whips out some bangers in season 21, but we'll have to see. Like the video. If you're not subbed, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're sharing with your buddies if they picked it up and they want to know about the Last Perdition, aka the Hawksaw 2023. If you picked it up, let me know in the comments how you feel about it. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Think it sucks? Do you get that D1 nostalgia feeling from going to the gunsmith, picking up a God roll? Let me know. I really want to know what you guys think about it. Take it easy.